If you have the February 2026 paper pumpkin kit called Celebrate Spring, you are going to love this idea. Today I am showing you how to turn the flowers from the kit into a sweet layered spring garden card with a bright Hello Spring greeting. Hi friends, I'm Chelsey from Creative Chelsey, and I love sharing fun and simple ways to stretch your crafting supplies. This is the first alternative card I'm making with this kit, and it's such a great way to use the tulips and daffodils to create a fresh, cheerful spring design. And if you're new to Paper Pumpkin, it is Stampin' Up's monthly crafting subscription kit, and it includes everything you need to make beautiful handmade cards. And these are the 3 original cards that you can create with the kit. The kit includes stamps, ink, and all the pre-cut pieces delivered right to your door. Subscribe using the link below. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel so you can get updates when I post a new video. Let me show you how this card comes together. So to create this card, you're going to need to have these items from the kit. The orange pattern with the light pink oval piece, the 5 floral orange and yellow pieces, and then you're going to need some scratch paper. I am going to use Shy Shamrock, Granny Apple Green, Peach Pie, and Pretty in Pink, but you could use any coordinating colors. And then I have my card base, and I'm using thick basic white cardstock, and I wanted the fold to be at the top. So I'm going with a vertical card base. So it is 4 1/4 by 11 and scored at 5.5 inches. And I'm just going to go ahead and begin by folding along that score line, and I'm going to add this pattern to the front of my card base. You could use any adhesive that you prefer. I like the liquid glue. And it should just fit right in the center with a nice even border all the way around. Just like that. Then we are going to cut out some flowers. And I am using the coordinating add-on dies called Beautiful Blooms. And they have this gorgeous tulip die cut and the leaf and stem to go with that. So I am going to put the rest of these back in here so I don't lose them, and then cut them out of my coordinating paper. I'm going to do 2 in Pretty in Pink and 1 in Peach Pie. I'm going to do 2 in Granny Apple Green and 4 in Shy Shamrock, and then I'll be back. Okay, and once I've cut those out, I'm going to also cut out some strips. And from the Peach Pie, I am going to cut a 1/2 inch strip by 4 1/4, which I think is the length. That's perfect. And then from my pink strip, I'm going to do a 1 inch by 4 inch. Okay. I am going to begin with my Peach Pie piece, and that's going to go across my card at about 1.5 inches. And you can just glue that straight onto the card. So I'm just going to measure 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I think that's where it was. Using a grid paper, or if you've got this glass mat, it just makes it really easy to make sure things are nice and straight. Yep, that's perfect. So that's 1.5 inches from that bottom. And then I'm going to start to add my die cut leaves. And the Granny Apple Green ones that are in the back, I just added with liquid adhesive. And then the Shy Shamrock ones I've added with dimensionals just to kind of pop them up. These ones I've also added just at the top of that Peach Pie piece. I've added a dimensional to the back of each leaf, just using the minis. And I'm going to drop these down a little lower and kind of evenly space them across. So something like that, overlapping the granny apple greens just slightly. Then we're going to layer our tulips, and when you cut these out, you get a small and a large, and you can layer these, the small one right on top of the large one, and it creates this really beautiful multi-layer petal flower. And then if you want to take your bone folder, you can curl them up just a little bit to get a little more dimension. And then these will just get added with a little liquid glue. You could also use a glue dot if you'd like. This one I'm going to put here, kind of in the middle. And then repeat that for my pretty and pink tulips as well. Maybe add these ones to the granny apple green, or at least on that one. And this one. And you'll want to put the flowers on at a little different angle just to create some interest there. And then we're going to tuck the other flowers. These ones came from the kit, so they're the die cut yellow and orange flowers. And we're going to tuck these around. Start with the larger ones. And again, I've added these with dimensionals. And they really can go anywhere that you want. Maybe something like that. I did it a little different on my first one. So just so you can see that it doesn't really matter where those go. I might actually bring this one down a little lower. Just gently lift it up, and might actually cut, so I felt like those three were all in the same row. So I'm going to cut off this stem here and bring it down so that it's right on top of those leaves, so that it gets a little more interest in the heights of those flowers. Okay. Next, I'm going to stamp my greeting on the pretty in pink strip, and I wanted something a little bolder, so I'm going to pull in my Melon Mambo ink. You could use any color ink here. And there's not one greeting that says Hello Spring. I am mixing two greetings together. So I've got this one that says Sweet Spring Greetings, and I'm going to start by inking up the top, so that would be sweet and spring. Make sure I get a good coverage. If you use the edge of your ink pad, then you can kind of keep ink from getting on that bottom greeting. Then take some tape and cover up the portion you do not want to stamp. And then you can go ahead and stamp this in the center of that strip. And then we're going to repeat that for our hello friend, but we only want hello. And I'm just going to cover up friend with another piece of tape just to make sure that I don't accidentally have any ink on there. And that just goes right next to spring. Oh, I pushed a little hard on it and got a little extra ink spot above the E, but that's okay. If it bothers me, I can always flip it over and stamp on the other side. Add some dimensionals to the back, and then this goes over just so we see a little bit of the peach pie peeking out, and we can see a little bit of the stems from the Shy Shamrock, and it's 4 inches, so it should meet edge to edge on that pattern piece. Then I've got some white baker's twine, and I want to tie a double bow. So I'm going to do 20 inches of this twine. You could do a single bow here too. And I've got this technique. I've shared it before, but if it doesn't work for you, that's okay. Maybe give it one more try today. You're going to take the ends together to find the center and put it on your middle finger and hold it with your thumb. Then you have your 2 fingers next to the middle finger, and you're going to go from the back and then back between your fingers, and then back between your fingers. That's creating the 2 loops, and then repeat. Back, back. And then once you have that second one done, you're going to move your middle finger and tuck the string behind. And then you can put your middle finger back to hold the knot. Bring your 2 ends together and just tie a knot. Now, if you want your loop to be a little bigger, this one feels a little small, then you're just going to open up your fingers a little more. So I'm going to do it again. This time, have my fingers a little further away. So something like this. Goes between, hold that, and tie a knot. Oops. Oops. I just shortened that side. There we go. So if you keep your fingers in the loops, you can pull that knot pretty tight. And then you can trim off any excess. And then you'll add this with a little glue dot near the top of the greeting. And then if you have any of the glue dots showing, you can kind of just press it up and underneath the knot. And then your card is all done. Super cute, easy, fun layering card using the kit contents as well as a couple scraps of cardstock. And I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed seeing how I created this fun card today. If you're interested in getting written instructions or close-up images on how I created this card, you can visit my blog, creativechelsey.com. If you would like to subscribe to get your own paper pumpkin kit, you can do so using the link in the description below. Thanks so much for watching. Have a creative day. Bye.